put your hand up high. If you lost proof, I was never knew quite why. If your dash cam caught that impossible turn, now the world tuned in, let the whole thing burn. SNX Radio, ColeyUFO. If you can hear this, you're a part of the show.
All right, welcome to another episode of SNX Radio. I'm Coley, and we have, as you probably have seen in chat, I guess if you're on YouTube, we don't have a guest, but I think we have BLAZER coming, if you will, and you don't have to turn your camera on, just like said. But if anybody else, I'm dropping the link again in here. Yeah, we're just gonna do an open mic, so we'll see where this goes. Mad Paximus, you're welcome to join. Keith, Judy Wheeler. I'll go through chat. I'll go through chat, and I'll tell Kurt W75. You can come on too. Let's see here. Who else? And Midwest Night Watchers. I'm trying not to. I don't know why. I just try and put that all together. Anyway, Gerald and Jane, you guys are welcome to jump on. Maybe we could have a panel. Moon, if you want to come on, you're totally willing. I don't know, Moon, what happened earlier, but yeah, you'll have to tell me about it. I missed that one, but I saw that you and GC were in here earlier, so that's really cool. There's BLAZER. Valdo, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to. The link's right down there. You guys are going to get sick and tired of hearing from me, I guess. Pretty soon here, somebody will have to go. And again, Kurt W75, it's always nice to see you, and you're totally welcome to jump on. You know that. The link's in the comments. So yeah, I have it pinned actually up there too. So if anybody needs any, I'm not sure what's going on with my Facebook, but my main account is shut down. Go figure. I don't know why. I have no idea. I just went to go look into it when I was trying to reach our guest, and yeah, he's out to dinner, so I don't think so. Ashes, you're welcome to jump on too. Yes, everybody who's in here. Anybody that, Keith, you're welcome to jump on here, and it's gonna be nice to see you on Monday. When we have Pops and his crew in, it's a lot of fun. The cryptid people are just a blast. They are a blast. Judy Wheeler, you're welcome to come on also. There's Gerald and Jane. I'm not used to. You're on Facebook, Gerald. Are you? You must be not on the. You must be on the ColeyUFO, not the Coley Weber one. I don't know. I have no idea what the heck's going on there. Or maybe you can see it, but it wouldn't even let me stream to it. So I thought that was weird. And let's see who else we have here. I know I saw more people pop up. Traveling Fools. Hey, you guys, if you don't know who they are, definitely go over to their channel. They have some fun trivia that they do. I think you guys do it tonight. I'm not sure. Or no. I think you do it on. Well, you know what? Traveling Fools, if you're in here, you let us know when you do your show and leave the links for us. So so anyway, here I am all by myself. Waiting for BLAZER. BLAZER, you're gonna, like Jane said, you don't even have to turn your camera on. Jane, you come on and bring BLAZER on with you. But until then, what I did realize is that a lot of you, the majority of the people that I see in here are aware of my story. And I know that I've been on even Midwest Night Watchers. They were nice enough to have me. I've gone through, but I don't think that I've gone through maybe I would for another show. So I thought, if all else fails, you guys will get to hear my story tonight. But I don't know. It's going to be a little weird without having somebody interrogate me, but I don't know. Jane, you want to come on and you could host the interview even. Anybody want to join? Like anybody? I know I can do this, but yeah, it's just so nice. When nice to see everybody. Oh, okay. Yeah, Keith. That's great. You can come on. Yes, yes, come on. Just go ahead. I'll hear the little ding in the background. But anybody else, like I said, oh, Blazer, we got Blazer. Yeah. How are you doing, Blazer? Welcome.
Good.
Good. Oh my
Good.
God. I can't believe that you came on. This is amazing. And if you guys don't know, I have a little, well, I guess you probably can't see it. Blazer sent me, which I thought was so cool. I've got a little sticker that I keep up here. But yeah, and you do have some amazing stories, and I know that your anonymity is very important to you and all of that. So this is great. And also you took on some huge responsibilities like here with the channel. Do you care if I tell everybody now that I just kind
No, that's good.
Okay. Well, I have to say thank you, Blazer. He's taken over. He's gonna take over the comment section, and he keeps such a great. You do such a great job. You and Pops too, but you do such a great job with chat. I mean, you caught Kurt W75. Did he have his wrench? Now that I'm thinking about it, Bigfoot Dwarf.
No.
Come on, you can come on. But yeah, no. So yeah, Kurt, if you don't have it, I'm gonna go and flip over here in a second, get it. But I just want to say, and Blazer, thank you so much. And Blazer's gonna be behind the scenes, so while I'm juggling doing 350 things, he's actually gonna be producing one of the shows. So we're gonna start off once a week, and hopefully he'll just decide he loves it so much and want to do them all. But I really appreciate that. That's like huge.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about all that? Do you feel like this is like you're gonna run and hide and change your name and your icon?
Well, I do now. So
you.
And I think we lost her.
I just wanted to see if you'd feel uncomfortable up there. No, I kicked myself out. It's over this darn mouse.
Yeah, I was gonna start ranting about aliens in the freezer, but good you saved.
Oh my God.
You saved me.
Oh gosh. We should do like a moment like best, like I don't even know what you call that guest.
I can't even.
Oh yes. He's got more names than known to man, more aliases than I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
And yeah, the big kicker with him, everybody was saying, is how did he know all of this about the psych hospital? You know what I think. As a mental health therapist, I'm telling you, he was a patient there, that he lived there. He lived there for long periods. He knew it well. I put money on it. I really would.
Yeah.
But he was like, he really was. Oh God.
That came out in '96. I remember seeing it when I was in Portland. And like the first thing he did was go to the media, and that doesn't.
No,
that doesn't sound right if he's living scared and doesn't know what to do.
Right.
That and the fact that the UFO looked like a Cybertruck. So just
what? And the dog. Okay, let's just like there is his girlfriend allegedly who says the dog, he didn't have a dog because he was allergic to him. Then you can keep going further. I had my Princess Sophia. She's a mini Chihuahua, and I love that dog. And when I lost her, but he's 30 years over this, like past this. And then to tell me that you're a psychiatric doctor, but and I'm only a master's level, but you don't know one clinical term to describe what happened to you, like, and were you in a state of shock? Like, what was going on at that moment in time? He could not do that. So, yeah, I was
to be asked that, is there visible scars that we can see? And he says, no, my hair is hiding it, but his hair is so thin you could see through it anyway. Like I would be screaming to the rooftops, yeah, it's right here, can you see? He didn't even move.
No, if I had to at that point, I would have had my head up to the camera. I would have done whatever I had to.
Yeah, and if the government's after you, they don't miss. So
No, they absolutely do not miss. They
especially
don't.
not some government was after me, but they had to take 4 shots and still missed. But okay.
Yeah, they just gazed my hairline that I'm gonna
Mhm.
hide. Like, yeah, I know. I mean, he looks like he would be like a good WITSEC though candidate for how he has his mustache. All he
It's a
needs. Do you remember
mustache.
those glasses with the
Yeah,
eyebrows and the nose and
yeah,
like that would have
yeah,
been perfect. That would have been perfect.
yeah.
Nobody. That's a disguise. Nobody will know. And he changed your names a bazillion times too. Keith just popped on, so I'm gonna pull Keith up here too. So, hey Keith.
Hello.
Welcome. We got
How about
BLAZER.
it?
Have you met BLAZER?
Hi, BLAZER.
Hello.
Howdy.
Good day, sir.
BLAZER is we're kind of just, you probably just know, chit-chatting. We're talking about guests that have been on. We're gossiping about guests that have been on. There's been just a few crazy ones, and that was definitely one of them. The guy with did you see that one with the alien in his freezer? You missed that one.
No.
Yeah, I know. And the worst part is I'm like, where did BLAZER go? We lost BLAZER. I guess he got on, so he jumped off. He's bound to get out of this eventually. BLAZER, if you want to come on and continue to tell your story, you definitely can. But we got Keith. Keith, you're trapped on here next.
That's all right.
Anywhere. Oh, here's BLAZER's back. I told Keith, I was like, well, now we got you trapped on here next.
No, it's been doing it all day to me. Like it drops stuff and it's just bizarre. That's like the Facebook thing. I lost my Twitter, and the next day I lost my Facebook, and then all of a sudden it came back and said, "Oh yeah, we made a mistake."
Oh yeah, I had that happen too. Their AI apologized.
Yeah.
And then they still didn't remove the restrictions, but now my my accounts, whatever account, I think they got, because they wouldn't even let me stream to it. I don't know if you could see it or not. So that's why I couldn't get the guest right away.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So Keith, you're part of the cryptid crew, huh?
Yeah.
You guys are a rowdy bunch. I want to be the cryptid crew to adopt me after I heard some of the stories.
Yeah, there's a price to be paid for it, though. Unfortunately, it kind of sticks in your brain pan year after year.
So have you been on some of like the events with Gary and the crew?
Yeah, I did. Actually, I did my first event, or visited my first event last year down in Missouri. And that was my first ever cryptid conference or anything like that. I haven't gotten into it really.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, well, why don't and to BLAZER, why don't we start with you? Why don't, since people if they don't know BLAZER, I don't know what to tell them. But just in case they don't, maybe they don't know you over on X or Facebook or Rumble. Why don't you just kind of tell them who you are and what you do a little bit, and we'll just go around.
Okay. I joined the Navy in 1990 and was sent to the Gulf War for 13 months. After that, I went to like an LCU boat in Little Creek, Virginia, and had many med cruises. And then I got out, and I was out for like 3 months, and there's no jobs. So I joined again and got sent to Naval Station Pearl Harbor, where I worked the Arizona Memorial.
Oh, wow.
And then hurt my back and got let out medically. About
Thank
it.
you for your service, though. That's amazing that you did that. I mean, I really appreciate all of that you did.
Yep. And then I met a Canadian online and got married and lived in Canada for 13 years. And then that ended, and I moved back home, and then now in Montana.
Was it like a mail order bride or something?
No, just met her and talking with her, and then like my dad is Canadian, so we would go up there all the time. So that's, yeah.
I thought you said you met her on. How did I hear you say
I
that?
did. Yeah,
we did. But back then, that wasn't like a huge thing, though, right? Or
yeah, that was a big creepy thing. But
was it like AOL or?
It was like a Volano See, I went back to school when I got out of the military, and I got a bachelor of science and technology. And then, but you couldn't do the, they wanted all the, like in high school, you used to be able to write out reports or stories or all your work. And the college wanted it all printed and stuff, and I didn't have a computer, so the VA bought me a computer. And then when you're not doing schoolwork, then I'm in chat rooms. I think it was a Volano chat room. And I happened to talk to her, and she's from the same town my grandparents and uncle and everybody was from. So that's how that happened.
Wow. How long were you guys married for?
Too long? No, wait.
I'm getting all the details. You don't have to answer them all.
Like 16 years.
Oh wow! So you were a committed man for a while then, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
I never pegged you for the long marriage. You know that's good for you.
Yeah. No. No. I'm the committed one. Everybody else seems to be the
the attachment issues.
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't start off that way. I feel like, the whole pool of, and let's just face it, when you got a crazy story, like anybody want to go to a normal dating pool and tell them who you are and what you do and why you do it.
Yeah, and it didn't really seem very strange to me, like in chat rooms or whatever, because it's better than bars, or like how else are you supposed to do this? Like,
yeah, I know. But you got,
and that's weird.
You got some wild story. We need to get into some of those too. And Keith, why don't you tell them, the people who don't know who you are, what you do and why you do it?
I have nothing special to say. Really,
you have a lot of special things to say, Keith. You travel with some of the most rowdy, some of the best people in the cryptid community. I mean, you got out. I mean, you lived and survived. You got flamethrower Lori. I mean, how could it go wrong?
Right. No, just yeah. I haven't done crazy jobs or anything like that, like military or anything like that. So I got nothing special to say about that. Just spent past few decades in the chemical industry and worked in some steel mills here and there. Actually, when I was in a steel mill, I did the plumbing and stuff for Department of Navy. So
cool.
So that's about as far as I can get with military stuff. But I've been in this cryptid stuff since my first experience back in '91 up until this year, and I can honestly say that I am still a professional know nothing when it comes to it. So
I think that's right.
I'm sorry.
That's true. Like the more that I learn, the less I know.
So true.
Yep.
I was going to say the same thing. The deeper you get into this, the more questions you have. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
We're all on the same page there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And it's almost like the more crazy stuff gets, the more sane it gets.
I know.
Yeah, it's like you almost have you have to accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think what a lot of people don't understand, and it's not disrespectful to people that haven't run across cryptids or anything like that. We'll say yet. That's exactly it. Really, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
It really gets into your mind. I mean, it's, like I said, I've been dealing with this stuff since '91, and unfortunately, it's taking my pleasure from being out in the woods away from me, because now my dang head is on the swivel even now. And even when I go back into those areas, I still kind of, making sure I got hardware on me and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, there's really nothing you can do about them, and my mentality towards the cryptids is, it's like it was when I was at work. I worked in the chemical industry for years, and you had to just accept the brutal truth that you could be here 1 second and gone the next. You know, I've seen bad stuff happen with explosive chemicals and stuff like that. So, you know, it's one of those things that you just accept it. It is what it is. You can't let it eat you up, but still, I mean, it's can't dwell on it, I guess.
No, but it changes everything. I know from the moment that I encountered that UFO, I was not the same person. Definitely not.
Right.
So what kind of cryptid did you bump into? Obviously not a nice one.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, as far as cryptid, Dogman.
Oh, okay.
Multiple times. And thank God that they haven't attacked me or anything, you know. So, you know, if I'm protected from something upstairs, or, you know, I'm a believer in, how do you put it, ancestral connection. Now, I'm part Native American, and where I run into a lot of these dogmen, that's where my family come from, and that's where my family still resides. You know, as far as the Native end of it, they were for that area, Potawatomi, which, you know, here in Michigan, you know, they had crossbred somewhere with Cherokee. In fact, my uncles and everything on that side, the small one is 6'3", and he's the runt of the litter. So he's, you know, they're a big group of people. But I believe that we have a connection to these things. Now, is it always positive or negative or in the middle? That's what I believe. Yeah, it is what it is. And our ancestors have dealt with the cryptids or dogmen or whatever, or, you know, even here with Bigfoot. I think they have a relationship. You know, sometimes it's not good. You know, it's kind of like, if your ancestors have been always beat down or attacked from a certain group of people, they're going to teach you to kind of stay away from that group of people. I think it's the same thing here. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely. And then just your lineage alone, like usually, I mean, you hear big time, especially James Gillian, he talks about it, that he's part Native American and part Irish, which is like you see the other one too, Irish, a lot of in the UFO experiencers. It seems like it's one or the other, but yeah, wow. I'm French and Native American.
That's my my recipe. So
yeah, no, that's excellent that you have that and that grounding. And, you know, I can see there's in Iowa, there's some cryptid area. I'm not convinced, but I found on a map, there's actually right where I'm at, there's cornfields everywhere, which is like creepy all on its own. But like the neighbors are gonna hear me. Anyway, there's something that was like so, and it like they say it patrols the stuff. I did not even want to look outside. It freaked me out. I won't go out there at night anymore. I was never afraid. I never felt like that way at all until that happened. And I was like, man, I can see how you'd lock yourself down and kind of lock yourself in away from that. Cause it leaves such a, I don't even know what kind of feeling sinking feeling, like you feel like you're being hunted by something. You don't exactly know what it is. And I'm just envisioning like this. Everybody kept saying it's a rake. And I was like, I thought they were talking about like an outdoor rake. And I was like, you guys, there's not a rake out there making a clicking noise. Cause it was like clicking, like, you know, and the smell was horrendous. And so that's what I thought. And I looked it up and I was like, if that thing comes flying up to me at that window, I will never ever sleep again. I'll probably be in an institution rocking back and forth somewhere is what I could see if I saw that thing. Like I want no part of it. I don't even want to know what it looks like. I'm like, so I feel you there. I don't feel that way about ET, but that cryptid thing, yeah, I definitely feel that way about.
Oh yeah, that's people say, "Oh, I want to see one." Be careful what you wish for, because it's going to live with you for your duration, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, and hopefully, if you do run across something, you know, like I said, I've been close I mean, very close to these things. And luckily, I haven't been attacked. But for those who want to see one of these, just be careful, because you may not have as good of an experience as you anticipated. And a little bit of advice that I'd have for people: if you're going to go out wanting to look for these things, don't make an effort to look for them. They'll come to you if they see fit, if that makes sense. You hunt them, they know you're looking for them. So
You'd have to be crazy out of your mind to do something like that. That's the way I think anyway. Man, oh man. Yeah, so I've never had. Have you had a cryptid encounter, Blazer?
Lots.
Oh, you did.
Oh yeah. Bigfoot.
So you had the old.
When I was a kid, I used to go to Montana because my mom's dad lived here, and so every summer we would come and spend the summer over here. And he lived up by Painted Rocks. It's like in the south of Hamilton, Montana. And we came one time, and there was a bunch of commotion outside, and I came outside, and there was, I would say, 9-foot Bigfoot, and he licked, or the salt lick, like for deer. It ripped the salt lick out of the ground and threw it.
Yes.
And my granddad was shooting at it with a .22, and yeah.
Oh. Did it nick him or any? I mean, like, did he? You hear this?
I don't even know, because it was just like, I remember pieces and parts of it, but it was like, I remember it was like a red color with like a gray in the center, like on its chest.
Oh wow!
It was like like if you see a red dog color, like an auburn. I don't know. It was screaming, and my granddad was yelling at it, and then it just stomped back into the woods. It was the end of that one.
Did your grandpa ever run into one before?
I think so, but he never really talked about it. But I mean, he'd always say, like, don't open the curtains and look outside at night. And like when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, okay, that's not weird.
I know. I'd be by the window, like PI couldn't help it. That's where I get myself into trouble. But yeah, we'd
want to stay out in tents and stuff, and he was like, no.
Oh yeah.
We had to stay inside, which seemed strange. And then when I was about 14, my friend and I were on 4-wheelers going through, and we stopped to pee on a tree, and my friend looked back behind me, and he got like this look of terror on him, and he was back on his 4-wheeler and gone. And I thought he was ditching me, and I was like, hey, that's, what are you doing? Like, what the hell? And I turned around, and there was one peeking from a tree, and that one was different. It was huge. It was like 10 feet tall and black or really dark brown color. So
you see them or whatever. I mean, like, I guess, are they in the here and now? Like, are they something you could reach out and touch? Or do you think it's like, because I've seen some where people post pictures, like they're blended into the trees. And then other times it's like, they're solid.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. It looked solid. Like I couldn't see through it. It was like not just like its head was peeking out. It was like that would have been its right arm and part of his chest. And then the rest of it was kind of behind the tree and at an angle, because there was a bunch of trees in a row.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I saw. So then when I saw it, that of course freaks me out. And I got on mine and went to go, and I turned around and looked, and now there was 2 of them, one from a different tree looking. And the first one that I saw kind of raised its hand like hi or goodbye or see you later, or I don't know what it was doing, but I didn't stop to find out.
Yeah. Oh no, I hear you. Like Valdo says, when you go over a walk in the woods and all the creatures go quiet, that's just the time you're.
Yeah, and it was
around.
Yeah, and it does. And a lot of those times, like I remember and stuff, I get like I call it like a silence. Like everything stops. You can see trees moving, but you don't hear wind. Like everything, you hear nothing. And then weird
pin drop. Yes.
And then weird stuff happens, like you stepped into the vortex or something weird.
I know.
Yeah.
I started when you start to listen to the layers upon layers. Like I could tell, I got so instinctive, like in knowing stuff. I could tell a neighbor who was going to walk his dog like 4 blocks away, and I started like, I mean, it is a tall sign, I guess, you know, when you're out there. But man, when the crickets
Yeah.
go quiet in the deep in the woods, what do you do then?
Yeah.
Right.
What would you do?
Right.
Run?
Yeah. It's just
Run for your life?
no. I know. Don't never run. Never run.
No, no.
No. I'm not saying stand your ground, but just don't run. I had a buddy that tried that once, and it didn't pan out very well for him.
Kind of
So
startle him, or what do you think?
it whooped his ass straight up. And that's like when we get into. I think I'll be coming on with Pops soon.
Yeah, on Monday,
So
next Monday.
yep. So I'll get into that a little bit, but a little preview since we're on this topic here. I had a buddy that in high school, so I graduated in '93. Had a buddy in high school that was always talking about these werewolves out there in the woods by me, and this is probably a half a mile away from his house. And we're like, yeah, whatever, dude, BS, because it's like one of those things. Somebody says werewolf, and somebody knows you're crazy at that point, or just BSing. So that's how we took it. But one day he decided, I don't remember what, it was senior year in high school. I think it was kind of warm out, but he decided one day that he had enough. Now, he and his dad were blacksmiths. I mean, old school, working with the metal and everything like that. And he had created some type of hatchet and a knife and stuff. But he decided one day he was just going to go out there in the woods and confront these guys. Now, he's a big old Scottish guy or whatever, so he was all into that.
So he's going out to confront the cryptids.
Yeah, honor. Yeah, warfare. No. You're an idiot. Don't ever do that. But he did. And when he went out there, and like I said, it's probably a half a mile away from his house, if that. And he went down into this park, and it's hilly on one side, and the trail wraps around at the base along a lake. I think it's called Bass Lake or something like that. But he come around a corner, and there's a red standing there. Now, there's out here by me, there are different colored ones. And I think it's almost like a hierarchy, maybe, or they all have different roles to play. Now, the red one had kind of like a dark auburn hair. I had associated with a, like an Irish setter color. And he come around this corner out there with his knife and his hatchet looking for a fight, and the red was standing there. And we've kind of associated with them with being the enforcers or the bouncers, if you will. He come around that corner, and it was standing there on 2 legs waiting for him. And he's like, oh shit, what are, now he's, you're going to pick a fight. Now you're in that FAFO moment. And he decided to back away, which, okay, that's a good thing to do. If you run across something like this, you back away from it, you keep your eyes on it. And, obviously keep your head a little bit on the swivel, because they usually have friends. But he started backing away from it, and he thought at one point when he got into this clearing on this trail that he could run. You're not going to outrun something like that. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, you're in a car? Good luck. So he thought he could do it on foot. And he turned around, and this thing was breathing down his neck, literally. And him being the brave warrior, he decided to turn around and take a swing with whatever it was that he had in his hand. I don't recall if it was the knife or the hatchet, but he stuck it. And he said it let out a yelp like that. And the last thing he did, he remembered trying to turn around to keep running, and that was it. The next thing that he knew, he was waking up on the side of the road in a ditch on this back dirt road out by here where he lives. And he's telling me this story, or what it was like, and what it was, he's telling me at school. So he comes in, and he's just like that. he looked like he had a rough night with some Boone's Farm strawberry or something, you know. Yeah, yeah,
That side of yeah, I'm trying to think.
yeah.
What is, oh God, what did the doc? No, it wasn't doctors. It was. Oh God, it just slipped right out
MD
of my head.
2020
Yes,
and
MD, the
yeah.
Mad Dog.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it looked like he had an empty stomach rough night with one of those the way he was walking. And
God
what it
bless.
was, I said, dude, what's wrong with you? And he said, yeah, I got messed up or whatever, you know, in so
Other
many
than the hangover.
teenage words. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever, dude. And he's like, you don't believe me? Come over. And the look on his face, it was business. It was no joking. So went back over to his house after school that time, and he proceeded to tell me that story. I'm like, okay, whatever. I kind of believe you, but you know, still kind of BS here. And he's like, "You want to see something?" And he took off his shirt. Now he was a big boy.
He
Yeah,
didn't have
he
one
was.
in his freezer though, right? Just to make sure.
No.
He's gonna show you markings like that he had. That seems.
Yeah, and that's what he did. He took off his shirt. Now he was a pretty decent sized guy. He was shorter than I was or am, but he's like 5'7", but he was like 250, 275. So it gives you an idea of his body shape or whatever. And from just on the top of his right, where his like a shoulder blade, all right, and a diagonal down to about where his left kidney would be, it was all bruised, huge raised welts, a little bit of blood and stuff like that. And what it looks like is somebody just went across his back, and you could actually see almost like a point of impact where the bruising was heavy. And we're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And the thing is that the distance from, I guess you'd call them claw marks or whatever. No, it didn't rip flesh and everything like that, or, you know, but he had some pretty nasty welts on him, a little bit of blood here and there. But the distance between each of those fingers was easy 2 inches. So whatever this thing, you know, take your hand and spread it out. I mean, that's a little bit bigger than what we can do, unless you know you're like a Shaquille O'Neal or something. But yeah, that's what happened to him.
Wow.
So yeah, and that, like I said, that'll be a little teaser for next week. So
wow, that's pretty phenomenal. So what did it look like? I mean, was it pretty like? I mean,
it was. You could
tell it wasn't human. Could you?
Yeah, it was too big. It was too large to be a human. And you know, like I said, you'd have to be substantial in size. I would almost say like a basketball player or somebody, you know, very tall with large hands or something like that in order to do that. And I just, you know, up here in Michigan at the time, I don't think we had Bill Lambier or anybody running through the woods in Highland Township. So you could definitely tell it was a hand. And you could see where the four fingers started, and then there's nicks of where the thumb would be, an opposable thumb. So he got handed by something, you know. Wow. So that's where I'll end that for now. So
he is not like our guy from the Alien in the Freezer, Blazer. He like tried to. He literally, we asked if he had and he had bullets that grazed his head, or I don't know. He said he was shot or something.
Yeah, well, if you had if I go ahead, Blazer.
I was gonna say if I had an alien in the freezer, the first thing I wouldn't do is take a razor knife to its eyelids. Like what?
That was so weird. That was so weird.
That is so bizarre. Like of all things to do, whatever. Not his arm, not his chest. Oh, I went after his eyelids with a razor blade.
But then he goes back in, right? And then and it's gone, and he doesn't know what happened to it. But it's a puddle on the floor.
And then it still visits him now.
Yeah. Oh, that was a kicker. That was a kicker. As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Yeah.
You know, let's see. Hold on, just a second. I want to read a comment that Kurt made. It has to be a very large statured creature with hands and thumbs, able to manipulate objects and materials. Yeah, you're right, Kurt. This thing was huge. And then stay tuned, because I didn't get my butt handed to me or anything like that, but I have gotten close enough to know that these things are very real and they can be quite large. So, yeah.
Yep.
But as far as your guy there with evidence in a freezer, you know, and again, you know, I can't in good conscience say, yeah, you're true. Yeah, you're BSing, because look at all of us. We're all freaks when it comes to this stuff. Society laughs at us. We just have to get over it.
I understand that, and believe
But,
me,
you know,
I totally
but trust
do.
me. But, you know, that's the thing, though, is if you had something like that in your freezer, I'm sure there'd be some type of agencies that would like to have a chat with you. No, I'm just saying.
I mean, like he's talking about like, I mean, this to go down in history like that, but he's coming out with a documentary. He couldn't produce one video, and people are sending me stuff behind it. I'm like, I don't know why he couldn't just have. I tried to help him maybe clear his name, but it was so going back, and BLAZER even remembers in the 90s. He tore everybody apart.
He had people in chat coaching him on what to say and what not to say. And that doesn't make any sense, because it's your story and nobody else was there but you. So how can somebody coach you into what to say or not to say when they weren't even there?
Right.
Like, yeah, I know. I know, BLAZER. That's so funny. I can't believe you saw that, because she's trying to like get his attention, and I'm taking down.
Yeah, he's like, no. You said too much. No. Like, she's trying to get him to silence that he said too much. But how do you say too much if you're trying to get your story out? Like, there is no too much.
Oh, it was bad.
Your story is your story. Like, okay.
Well, you know what? I said, if any one of us come on, like if I go on to somebody's show and they're like, oh, and I say, I've had markings. Do you have pictures? Yes, I do. And I always have my Google pics that I can go to at any time, and I will show anybody. And I've handed it over before. I don't like, you know, but I'm more than happy. And I would be more than happy to have a reasonable explanation for it and call it a day. But just to not and be like, well, they came and took. Yeah. Everybody's had everything wiped from them, but they still got something in their wallet, or they still have there's still something. They didn't. Yeah.
Is this the time to play that Black Triangle video, or no?
Yes. You want me to share the screen? So BLAZER, do you want me to pull them off the email, or do you have them? You can share them on the screen too.
Oh.
You want me to grab them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I'll go grab them and email. You just carry on and here for a second. Yeah, I have to. It was to the Subnation X one, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
The my cryptid email account. I
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't even have had them. Like the weird stuff that happens. Like I've had 2 drives erased, like USB drives that weren't even. They were just sitting on a counter.
Oh, they took my stinking SIM card out of my phone, and then my cat ended up dead at my door, and I'm not even convinced that
See, when my phone my phone glitched, got completely wiped. There was like a skull that was laughing. Like, have you ever seen the net with that, like the virus program that laughs or whatever on it?
Oh man, my screen shattered. It was like, it just shattered. I was like, what the F was
weird
this?
Stuff.
Yeah, I could feel it getting hot after I opened a document, and it was just like, whoosh. And then they hacked through a Bluetooth speaker. I was going to get in the shower, and then I hear, who is this? What are you doing? And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, and then they were snapping location, or I'd get on and there'd be like a chat going, and like with nobody. I mean, it was a chat obviously with me, but it was like
that's the stuff with the Roomba vacuum cleaners that were mapping people's houses and then would go out the front door and drive down the street and leave.
I could hack into my neighbors. Not that I was trying to. I told Brody that he better go tell them that their vacuum cleaner was a back end door to all of their stuff. And I don't know if you did or not.
I've heard people like, they got like a Roomba vacuum cleaner stuff, and then all of a sudden the their printer started printing out some conversation or something, and it was the neighbors having an argument. So their house was
Oh, that's strange.
sending information from their house to the other people's house printer, and there was this huge thing it was printing off, like, like, I can't believe you went out with whatever, Marcia or whatever, and it was this huge argument, and then the person freaked out and took it over there, and they were like, what? Like, we just literally had that conversation.
Oh, wow. They are creepy. They are creepy. The other day, we did that show with Pink Bella Aloha, and I told her, I said, just so you know, it was taken down. It wasn't being monetized in the beginning. And I was like, what's going on? And the only comment that it gave me back was that what we said about Chat GPT and how, she's talking about how he took the credit card and he got mad about, like, those two statements about Chat GPT were all it kept repeating. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
Like, obviously we offended the AI. I don't know what to say about that. But
and then earlier I was trying to do the Andy show Alienate UK, and the computer turned itself to airplane mode, which knocked me out of the StreamYard. And then when I put it back on there and I got back in there, and it did it again, and I didn't touch anything. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing it, I guess. Like, okay. So.
Wow. Yeah, no, that is crazy.
All day.
All of it is just, it is too. And then some of the stuff, like you said, it increasingly gets crazier. I know Maya's like, I got something going on in my house. She's like, I don't think I can tell anybody because I don't even think you guys would believe me. And she's like, it's that weird. And I was like, I get that. I totally get that.
Oh, I believe you. I've seen it.
No, me too. Yeah. No, I'm
being totally weird. Yeah.
So yeah, if you guys want, I'm just looking for those videos really quickly here. I'm trying to. I know that they're in. Or do you have them that you can resend? Oh, you know what? I'm in the room.
Yes. Let me.
If you have them, I can share your screen, and then we could pull them up that way too. You don't have to. I just took myself off here. You don't even have to, but I seem to freeze every once in a while. I go over. Keith, while we're doing this, what do you think is the most intense experience you've had?
With cryptids or UFO stuff or ghosts or whatever? Take your pick.
Any or all of the above.
All right. So an interesting event that happened to me. This is where I somewhat got injured. I was dating a girl that lived in the same area as my buddy, and her place was crazy haunted, and no doubt about it. It's out there in Highland, and we've had our issues with the dogmen out there and stuff like that. House haunted again. We went to sleep one night, and I don't know what happened. We went to sleep, and the next time I woke up was about a split second before I got her foot in my chest. So I was like, okay, whatever. But what it was as I was sleeping, I had gotten up at one point, and on her the footboard of her bed, there are two large orbs, like wooden orbs, probably about the size of we'll say like a softball or so. Mm-hmm. And I was asleep, perched on it with both hands, both feet, almost like a gargoyle. And she woke up and she saw me. Now her room is completely dark. There's nothing in there. She's got the blacked out, the blacked out drapes and a little bit of light coming through it. Nothing crazy. But I was perched on it, looking at her. My eyes were glowing a bright blue, and I was speaking in some language that I don't know. I was talking to her in some language, and it wasn't my voice. And she's like, "Oh,
Latin
hail!"
or something.
I have no clue. And she was like, "Oh, hail to the no," like that, and kicked me in the chest. And what it was is, I woke up like a split second before her foot caught me in the chest and sent me flying off to that perch.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that was pretty freaking trippy as far as paranormal is concerned. There's been quite a bit of issues on that property. Now I've had my share of things here and there, from when I was a kid up until, well, still now. The house the wife and I live in is haunted from its prior residents, and we're the second owners of the place. So,
Oh, wow.
thankfully they're nice. I'm just not necessarily a fan of the cigarette smoke that comes in here and stuff like that. But even our dogs
smoke.
Yeah, what it was, oh geez, I just forgot his name. I know Stephanie was his wife, but yeah, he was a smoker, an old Vietnam vet, cool guy. I guess he was like the friendly guy of the neighborhood or whatever. And his wife Stephanie, and she comes once in a while, and you actually hear her humming in the old. She had like an old craft room across from the master bedroom, and you'd hear her humming, and you'd get the slight smell of like either lilac or violets or some type of flowery scent like that. Jim, that is his name. And once in a while, you'll have Jim come through, and you can actually track him where he's walking in the house, and then you'll get a little bit of a gust of cigarette smoke. Hey, Jim, like that, and it is what it is. Even our dogs will perk up, but they don't go crazy or anything. It's like they're common here. So it is what it is.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I just hit the volume on. I'm trying to get Blazer. I'm trying to get yours. Oh, I got it. It's actually making me do it a different way. So I'm going to pull it up here.
Oh, good.
But that paranormal stuff, like some of that stuff there, that is no joke. Like absolutely no joke around. Like,
Yep.
I mean, it can get pretty intense awfully quickly.
Yep. Yeah, my first experience with paranormal was, I was young, so I was like 79, 80, something like that. And my aunt's husband, he was a well digger, and he decided one night to finish a job, and he didn't come home.
Oh, wow.
And when they found him the next morning, he was all tangled up in the top of that boom. So as everything was going on with that or whatever, we're all over at the family house, and some of us were in the living room, some of us were in the dining room down the hallway, and one of the chairs started rocking by itself. And that was like within a day or two of Uncle Timmy passing. So yeah, it was kind of sad thinking about it, but that was the first paranormal experience.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Like all that stuff, it takes. Paranormal was, but I mean, that's pretty intense. That really is. Like, especially if you're speaking a different language. I'd like.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was. There was another time that I went to sleep and something happened in that house too, which we'll get into that another time. But yeah, I was asleep, and the last thing I knew, it was a split second before I got that kick to the chest. Ooh, yeah.
Wow. Wow,
that is crazy. That triangle picture? What is that?
Yeah, this is one of Blazer's videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this. Hopefully, you guys hear it. Wow, those are definitely TR3Bs right there. That's unbelievable.
That
was no noise.
That was sent to me from one of my friends when we were in the Gulf War.
Look at how low they are. Oh my God.
He was on the ground and I was on the LaSalle and the Admiral ship in Manama, Bahrain.
Wow. That's crazy. How high up above your head do you think they were?
I don't even know. That was sent to me from my friend.
Oh, okay. Like
I was on a
it
ship.
doesn't look it does not look like it's that far above their head.
Yeah, years later, he sent it to me because we started talking. Found him again and started talking about stuff. And
wow. Huh, isn't that interesting how you know, like all of a sudden like all this stuff's going on and nobody says anything until you're like at that point, you know, it's like, man.
yeah, I only saw him like in 14 months or something over there. I only saw him like twice because he was always, you know, Army doing stuff.
Right. That's pretty insane. And that's when, you know, the TR3Bs, I mean, everybody rumored them. They didn't know, were they real? Were they not real? It's safely say they're real.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and I got the second one coming here. It's just taking me a minute. I apologize. That's some pretty cool. Oh, here I got it. I'm getting quicker at this.
This one, my friend, he lives on the other side of the Mission Range, mountain range from me. He was driving home one night from camping and doing whatever, and I'll let you see.
All right, it's coming up here. I see it in the back end. Choom, and then I'm gonna hit play.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what he got, and then he got home and he was freaking out. He could barely talk. He was so, I don't know if he was excited or freaked out, or I don't know.
Oh, you guys, that's pretty low right there. Oh my god!
Watch when it like it goes like there. You see it behind trees, and then it just goes poof, gone.
Lights out. I've not now that one. I've come that close to them before. One was 50 foot in diameter, but let me tell you,
gone.
That shakes your core in ways. Yeah, when you steer that close to something that unbelievable, you're just like, and I you know, you can recognize the lights on that's crazy. I remember when BLAZER for sure. I'm like, whoa! I had one come down in the road, caught us, beat us at our own game, and then it took off. But I mean, the lights on that's pretty fun. That sucker was big for sure. How high off the ground do you think it was?
I don't. The tree's got to be 100 and the ones in my front yard I think are 130 feet, so 200 feet.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not very far, huh?
The one I saw, I was sitting in a suburb of Portland, Oregon, and you look up through the, like if you have a covered deck and it's, you know, that clear plastic that's kind of wavy, was the roof of it. And I looked through and I saw this black, because you can't see what it is. There's something black coming across. So I got up and I looked and I said, what the hell? And my mom yelled at me, stop swearing. And it, I said, I like pointed up at it, like, the fuck, look. And her and my wife at the time, the Canadian one, got up and both looked. And the weird part was they didn't freak out they were just like, oh, that's nice. And they just went in the house. It was about 100 feet off the ground. Huge black triangle, looked exactly like that one. And I ran in the house and grabbed my dad's old VHS camcorder and came outside and started filming. And the battery died on it.
Oh yeah.
So I said, I said, oh hell no. And I ran back in and I grabbed an extension cord and plugged it in outside and plugged it into the camcorder. And by then it was way away. It was slowly raising altitude as it was going. And then 2 F-15s took off from the Portland Air Base to go chase it. And then it kind of just drifted into a cloud and the jets kind of whatever. And I took the tape and put it in the attic in the room that I had in the like connected to my parents' garage. Put it in the attic in there. And then about a week later, I was sitting in the chair in the front room and I saw something black go by the window and I went to the door and there was I think it was MIB. I don't know what he was. His skin was too big for his body and He looked like he had Vaseline or snot stuff on his face and didn't really look up at me. And I didn't open the door. I was just looking through the peephole thing. And he kind of lifted his head a little bit. And in the back of my head, I heard, "We can do this all day."
Oh,
and I said, "Oh, hell no. Like, oh, hell no, we can't." And then I heard, "Where's the tape?" And I said, you like, "No, I'm not doing this," or whatever. And I went to go get my dad's gun, and I went to grab the phone to call police. And I came back and I saw him go by the window again. There was a blur. So I went to the front window and looked out, and we had a long driveway, and he was just gone. And then about a week later, I came home from college classes that night, and my whole room was completely ransacked. Everything, mattress all over the place, drawers flipped on the floor, everything. So I went to the closet and I reached up in the closet, and the tape was still there, which is now still here. But it's VHS.
Have you played it though? Have you played it to make sure they didn't like wipe it or?
That's VHS tape. I don't know. I played it after, like when I got it.
Oh, okay, good.
My friend and I watched it, so it should be fine. But that was 99. So.
Oh, yeah, but was it after they came and ransacked your place that you tried to watch it? Okay, so it's.
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Okay. Yeah. You need to make like 500 copies of that and send them out to people and mark them. I'm telling you, that's right there. That's gold. I mean, you can't even find anything anymore. You can't even trust anything for, AI anymore. Those VHS tapes, those are trustworthy. Let me tell you.
See that thing too. Like, where do you send? Like, yeah, we sent your biopsy to wherever, and they're like, "What biopsy? You never sent us anything."
I've held kill switches before. I have no problem taking a tape and hiding. Like I have no problem doing it. Yeah. It's so necessary with stuff like this, especially if you want to keep it. And that right there, I mean, this is you've got some phenomenal experiences in it, and it's too bad that you should get on and talk about them more, because you really do, Blazer. You got a lot. I'm like always amazed by when I hear your stuff.
There's 8 million weird things in my life. In high school, one time I came home, opened the door, came in. My parents were never home. Gen X, raised on
the latchkey kids.
Neglect and hose water, right?
Oh yeah. And somehow we survived.
Came home, made something to eat, and I heard like a humming sound behind me, and I turned around and looked, and there was like it looked like heat when it comes off of the road, like wavy, you know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
But it was in a circle shape about 5 feet off the ground in the middle of the kitchen. And a hand came through, felt around, like it was feeling around for something, stopped, and then went back through it, and then that just vanished.
Me, like, what was my first comment? I'm like, we need to check the time, because they were doing this. NASA was sending kids through those portals, and they were coming with missing limbs. What I say, they were teenagers that they were putting through that, from what I knew.
Yeah, it would be about a teenager's hand. It was a white guy.
Yeah,
it was like a teenager's white guy hand. Yeah, but I sat there and I stared at it for a minute, and I thought, okay, even if I tell somebody and they believe me, they still didn't witness it. So what good does that do to tell anybody? So I just turned around and started making food again, like it was no big deal. Like, what are you gonna? Hey, I saw a hand come through a thing. Oh, that's nice. I mean,
what else are you gonna do? I mean, when push comes to shove, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with that stuff.
No.
Yep.
Do you guys get Keith, the cryptids, are they like known watchers? I feel like we're all in the watch list somewhere. It doesn't matter what type of, the phenomenon we're dealing with. But do you think that, I feel like the cryptid people, either that or it's not as known, or there's so much law enforcement I see in cryptids too, that maybe that prevents some of it. But do you guys get the weird stuff like we get?
Oh, you're talking as far as like the UFO stalker people and everything?
Well,
Okay,
yeah, like, I mean, it's all different for everybody. Like mine, usually they hacked my bank account, hacked my account. I mean, this is like Facebook. This is like nothing new.
Yeah, they don't
It's
want to
all
hack my
done
bank
before.
account. I don't need to get laughed at anymore. But
Right.
as far as me personally, no. Let me step back a little bit on that one. I've seen it, but I haven't had them come to my house. Again, it goes right back to one of my buddies that I told you about earlier. He'd always mention that when he would see the wood puppies or whatever you want to call them, the next day usually,
Come wood puppies.
I call them wood puppies. Yeah, right. It's people are like, what the hell? Yeah, that's it. So yeah, but usually like the day after, he would have someone pull up and kind of watch his house, and it was usually in like a light blue, like a 4-door sedan, like a police cop car would have been around them early 90s. So I don't know if they used like I don't think they were the big Caprices. They may have been Malibus, or they could have been like Dodge Diplomats or something like that.
The old Crown Victorias.
Not that big, but yeah. Yeah, it was. They'd come and just watch, and it was always a guy that had weird facial features, that was bald and stocky, and if he would attempt to approach, they would leave. Well, he decided to get a little bit smart with it, and said at that time he was one of the cadets for the local fire department. So he's got friends in all of the emergency services. Well, he decided one day to get smart, and he started recording the license plates. So he would go to his Oakland County Sheriff buddies and say, hey, whoever, run this plate for me. And every time, and I was with them at one time when they did this, and when they would run it, it didn't exist. As far as whatever. Yep.
I have big black Suburbans after that Men in Black, big black, blacked out window, everything Suburbans with license plate. And I'd give it to my friend who was a Portland police officer, and he ran it, and he's like, dude, you need to stop giving this to me. Like, it comes back as nothing, and then he gets flack from work afterwards.
Yeah, they're watching you.
Yeah, they know. And they know that he went and checked it. Yeah.
Crazy story about this, and it was enough to just kind of make me on edge a little bit. When I first come out with my encounters that I had as far as dogmen, it was back in December of 2023. Okay, and it was actually right around Christmas time, and I told my stories. I went on, I think it was like Dogman Encounters with Vic, and told my stories. And man, the next day I come out and I'm getting ready to go out and get the mail, and I see the mailbox. So it's my driveway and about 40, 50 feet of woods on my property. And then the main road goes by, just 2-lane road. And then neighbors across the street. That's where the mailboxes were at. I went out there, man, this blacked out SUV pulls up and just stops in front of my mailbox and sat there. I'm like, oh, what the hell? No, like that. And I backed into the house, and that's what was going through my head, is I'm being watched now. And crazy enough, what it was my neighbor across the street just bought that vehicle, and he was waiting for somebody to come out and move one of the other vehicles. But man, the heart's going, because now it's like, okay, now I'm going to, just get removed from the census list real quick here. You never know. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It was just crazy ironic that it happened like that. I was like, oh man. So yeah. As far as me, yeah, I've seen the light blue vehicle with the stocky bald guy in it one time. And it was immediately after what I think it was a dog man, but with its body shape, someone said it may have been like a grass man, like what you'd see in Ohio or something like that. But we took off from there, and it wasn't maybe 2 miles down the road. So it's basically as you have a north and south road that are about 2 miles apart from each other. Then the east and west road is where all this happens. So we went to the far east end of that road, and after we saw this thing, we're sitting at a light, and here it comes rolling up that light blue vehicle. And me and my other buddy that, we were all friends with in high school, he's like, you remember when he was talking about that? We're like, oh, hell no, and this car takes off and gets probably 1/8 of a mile going up this hill, going from Highland into White Lake. Light turns green. We take off like a bat out of hell to go catch it. And we just seen it clear the hill, and it disappeared on the other side of the hill, and we're maybe 2 or 3 seconds behind it. And by the time we crested the top of that hill, that car was gone. No, it couldn't have went anywhere, because the only road that was where they could have turned off was just on the top of that hill on the left-hand side. And then it was just normal. It just disappeared. It did like that Ford POS and Men in Black when what's his name put it in high gear and took off fast speed. It was fast, whatever, because it outran us, and we never saw it again. But that was the only time that I personally saw that person, and it was just, God, it just popped in my head. You guys seen Hellraiser?
I don't think I know. I'm part of it. It's been a while.
Okay, the 1987 movie Hellraiser. There was one of the Cenobite characters. I think he was called Butterball or something like that. The guy kind of looked like that. It was just really weird. It just popped in my head. It's like, that's what the dude looked like. But yeah, and then as far as talking to anybody or having anything weird come up on my phone or a computer, no, nothing like that.
Oh my gosh. I've had where it started typing. I've had the black SUV before too. And I'm like, why would they send out somebody in a black SUV? I feel like that's part of the mind,
Intimidation.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. I was thinking of a word that wasn't so polite, but you're right. And it's like, I feel like that is like, it's like, well, why all the kidnappers in the white vans? But hey, everybody who talked about it, but the government again was kind of, that's how they roll. It's kind of like,
if they would give out tacos and margaritas, I'd have been kidnapped like 12 times by now. So
is that all it takes is some tacos and margaritas?
Like, I don't want candy. Come on.
Ice cream truck. I'd be chasing
Seriously.
that wherever I wanted to go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man. Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah. Now I have had a family member of mine got, how do you put it like that, persuaded to not say stuff before. And it was actually a group of people. He worked for a local fire department, and they had gotten a call one night. It was basically an all hands on deck type call, and it also involved police and SWAT. And when I talked to him the day afterwards, what's going on? Because he kind of looked not right, kind of odd saying that from someone that that used to scrape people off of pavement and everything. But I'm like, what's going on? And he proceeded to tell me, he's like, yeah, we got this call, and it was someone saw a large dog in their yard, and it went out into this park, which we'll get into that in my next week or whatever. But
on Monday, yeah,
and they saw like a weird mist at one point, red glowing eyes at another, and with the special tactics group they had there, the police, and then the rescue people, both of the chiefs at that point come up and basically told everybody is anything that you see out here, it's in your best interest to not put it in a report.
Oh, wow.
Take that for what you will. That was late. I don't remember. Oh, wait, that was junior year of high school. So that was like 91. Yeah, that was summer vacation of 91. Yep.
Man.
So
that's
me personally, no. Family members,
you didn't have the technology back then, though. You know, it's like you think you automatically go like, okay, could because back then the best you had like Photoshop, and that was really easy to decipher.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not, like some of this stuff. But yeah, it does. I hope that they're able to distinguish a way to kind of tell, because there's so many cool people that's the first thing I always had, a camera on my phone or something around to get evidence. And,
Right. Yeah. And that's one thing, people say, well, why don't you take pictures or videos? Man, I'm telling you right now, you come 10, 12 feet away from a freaking dog man and tell me the first thing you can do is pull out your damn phone. I guarantee you you're not.
No.
Been there, done that, my friend. You do not do that. You do, and that's when I came close to like that. The cell phones weren't around to the capacity of anything like they are now. Right. But that's the thing is, people have to understand is your heart's going a mile a minute and you could be gone in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to get better with that, but it's still one of those things is you want to keep your eyes on whatever you see out there.
Oh yeah.
You
do though. When the first UFO I came in contact with, I was 30 feet away from it, and it was 50 foot in diameter, and I couldn't get. I mean, I got pictures when it was 1 mile away, but I dropped that camera, and it took everything I had to just stand there and hope that I survived whatever this huge, humongous thing was. I was slowly creeping over.
Yep.
And that's the thing with, some of these, the cryptid sightings that I've had personally. Either one, I didn't have phone or whatever the case was. And the last time that we saw one complete full body of it was in 2024, July 3rd. All right. This thing took a little scoot across the road in front of us, and it wasn't like blistering fast or anything like that. But again, back to the people who say, why don't you just bring out your phone? Okay, one, I'm not going to be driving around like this with my phone. Okay, hoping something jumps out in front of me. Not going to do it. And it lasted maybe second and a half, 2 seconds, because it was just kind of had a nice little gallop behind it, going across this back dirt road. But that's the thing is people don't understand is, okay, take out your phone, turn on your phone, type in your code, find your camera thing, pull it all up, hit the play button, and record something. Okay? You're not going to do that in 2 seconds. And they're not going to stick around and wait for you to do so.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That is very true. That is very true. I mean, you don't know. Anybody could say like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And I remember when I came back, and so they're like, I'm like, you know what? You go stand out there in the middle of nowhere, okay? And you think you're out there with ghosts and paranormal, like you're in a totally different setting. I was prepared to see a ghost. That was okay. A spirit was fine. I whatever. But I was not prepared to see what I saw. And then it's just like, what do you do then? It changes you. It definitely changes your course in life. I firmly believe that.
Right. And that's the thing too, is, being out in the woods out by me. And I'm not saying that happens a lot, but you do run across your occasional homeless person or a meth head or something like that. And, sometimes they don't have much to lose and you have everything they want. So you really got to keep your head on a swivel with them too.
Yeah, I remember Jessica Jones saying that. She's like, we're caring. She's like, I'm not necessarily caring. She's like, but people hide in woods. People hide in these areas. And I was like, oh,
yep.
Yeah, JJ, you got a good point there. You got a good point with that one. You don't know. That's exactly where you would go if you were trying to seriously trying to evade something.
Yep.
That's a very good point. Very good point. Yeah, it's not always the everything. And Two Gun Teddy, Blazer, everybody's so amazed that you're up here and that you're doing a good job. Seriously, that's awesome. Both of you are. Nobody thought you'd get up here, Blazer. See, you showed them.
Well, okay.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know for sure if you were going to or not. When you catch people off guard last minute like that, I'm always like, oh yeah. You guys were put like right in the hot seat and jumped on. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Or just been
there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like talking to yourself in front of a camera for a couple hours.
I know. I have done it. I can do it, but is it that much? No, I start cracking jokes and laughing at myself. It's just like it goes. It's a one-man band is not that much fun. I don't think anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think?
The first UFO I saw was on the USS LaSalle in the Gulf. They called it general quarters, and everybody goes to your stations, and I was in the engine room, and I'm the only one in the engine room as the messenger that can go get everybody coffee and leave the engine room. So I would go do rounds, and then I would get coffee cups and go up the thing. And I took the back way, like to the fantail of the ship. And it was during a general quarter, so everybody's they're like below decks. And I came up on the main deck to walk across it, and there was a huge silver disc hovering over the fantail of the desk of the ship, about 50 feet up. And I just stood in amazement, and then it just shot straight, like it wasn't even a second, it was gone, straight up, poof. No noise, no nothing, just gone. And I turned, and there was some officer there, and I knew everybody on the ship. And I said, what the hell was that? And he said, I don't know, but you didn't see it. And I said, oh, okay. And then I walked into the thing, and he started following me. So I ducked into the male corridor, and he walked by me and never saw him again. I went and got the coffee. Like, I was freaked out. Went and got the coffee and went down a different way back to the engine room.
Was it enough for you to be like, okay, I'm not saying a word, or did you?
Yeah, I didn't say anything to anybody because everybody on the ship, like, I don't want to be like 18 years old. I don't want to be nuts. So, okay.
You're right.
And then that
true, though.
that Men in Black, that Men in Black guy, that shut me up for 20 something years. Like, he was,
no, that
it was wrong. The vibe from that was wrong. Like, he was just, I don't know. He put the fear of God in me. That was okay. I'm done. That's enough.
Yeah, and the fact that he said that and you could hear, it's like your first telepathic, like, I don't know, that you really, like, oh my God, there's somebody, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yep.
Hey, Blazer, do you think that was actually a human?
Maybe at one time. The skin was weird. You could, like, if you pull your eyelids out and there's, like, your skin's too big for your body or something, because it was slouching in places, and the skin was like kind of hanging off here and there, but it was all in proportion, and he was covered in like I don't know what it was, Vaseline or something. It was all slimy looking and clumped on and stuff. Like, I don't know what it was. And when you looked at his eyes, I could see the bottoms of his eyes, and above it was just all black. There was no white. There was no anything in there. So it's almost like something was in a human skin or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah.
Gross. Sounds
like,
I don't
know.
Soggy.
Buffalo Bill stuff right there.
Yeah, but then just gone. Like, and then having your room ransacked and all that. Yeah, I'm done. And years later, I would ask, like, hey, do you remember that something? Everybody I've ever had experiences with, all of a sudden don't remember anything that we went through together.
Isn't that crazy?
Like, what are you talking about?
Telling people that this is actually a thing, that this actually
they're like,
happens. Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, that time we were da-da-da. Like, seriously, come on. No, they don't remember anything. It's like it's not them.
Is
Like,
it not
it's just,
them, or is it that they can't, like, I don't know. I just remember my friend getting really upset with me. She was the one that was in the van when one came down on the road and then shot off. She's like, don't you think maybe you've seen too much? Don't you think maybe, like, you've gone too far? That's how and so I know she'll admit that she saw that or whatever, but she would never look up again after that. That's for sure.
yeah, they won't remember it. And my mom remembered it until about 3 years ago, and I said something again about it. And she said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Well, that time, we were standing out back with, and whatever came over and you yelled at me, remember? And whatever." And she's like, "No."
Yeah, well,
Okay.
that's true though. There's like, I mean, when you have, I remember my aunt talking about it with her sister, and she's like, you know what, we remember two totally different things because you can't remember everything, but I feel like some things should be so significant that you shouldn't forget. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, those
I
are
don't know.
huge things. There's a whole bunch of ghost stuff with when I was in when I was in Pearl Harbor. I hurt myself on pulling a line out of the water. I popped a disc in my back.
Oh,
So they put me on the quarterdeck. So I was junior officer of the deck for the quarterdeck, and we would go over and do rounds all the time on the island and stuff with all the old. There's like abandoned warehouses and stuff from World War II. And my friend would tell me, we'll go over tonight because you need to see the ghost. And I said, "What ghost?" There's some ghost that's over there, and he shows up exactly at the same time every night. It does the same motions every night. It like walks to the window, looks in the window like it's handing something to somebody.
it's like
It
an
looks all sad. It turns, goes to walk down the hall, and it vanishes as it's going down the hall. And it does it every single night at one something.
No, yeah. Have you ever seen, this is what I think, that this is what I attribute those to. The people that they're not, they're like the extras in the movie. Like they're the ones that go around what do people call them now? Like non-human players, or I can't remember.
He says,
NPCs.
Yes, that's what I think that is, like, right there. Somebody who's continuously going through these same, they don't particularly even know. I feel like they don't interact. They're just doing their own thing. It's like the same thing over and over.
I just saw something that said there's 5,555 NPCs to every one soul here.
I was wondering how many it would take. Oh boy, do the math.
And when the NPCs are finally shut down for whatever, that will appear to be the zombie apocalypse. Because the NPCs will go, because they're not getting signal or getting whatever anymore. Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
Huh, that's interesting.
It's an interesting number, 5555.
That is an interesting number, 10.
Yeah.
Oh. I was always taught in cryptology the zeros and ones, like the Google Z or 00, like that was obviously that watching is what I was always told about that.
Yeah. There's shows about it in the Futurama. Bender says 1001, whatever, and he time travels. It's in everything. Yeah.
There's a guy that he's on, and there's we were talking about that guy the other day that was on the Nimitzer was there for the TikTok. There's an equation that the government has. Now I know Mark Floriento, he completed Einstein's unified field theory, and they look a lot alike, but Mark said, now when he was going through surgery, I had his kill switch, and he said that there's a lot in there that's connected with time travel. I should see if that guy have him on. Maybe he's over on X. We have a huge group over on X tonight watching, which is awesome. There's over 100 people over there on.
Well, that's good to know when you're in the hot seat.
Oh yeah.
No pressure. No pressure. Thank you.
No pressure. And you know what? The people that are watching on Twitter, they're obviously the nice ones, not the gang stalkers over. There's a group of them over there. So I don't mean you guys necessarily, but man, I was so much about Twitter too until I got my taste of that a few years back, and I was like,
wait till they find out that BLAZER is Corey Good. Oh no, I'm kidding. No.
Oh my god!
Don't send me your hate. Don't send me your hate.
Oh my God. You should have heard some of the names like that. They don't even hold back. I mean, I've been
No
calling.
doubt.
I was like, really? E- ugh, We'll save that for another day. But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought, man, these people are crazy. Do you ever deal with that, Keith? You ever get any of the backlash from anybody in the community ever?
No, I'm still low profile for the time being. I am looking forward to. I will be starting a podcast sometime this year. Starting
Oh
to work
yeah.
on it slowly but surely. Yeah, give me something to do.
Oh,
So
that's cool. Wouldn't you'll have to let us
no,
know.
yeah, like a lot of us here, I'm Gen X. I don't really care what people have to say about me. Yeah,
Right.
it is what it
It's a
is.
freeing
You're
experience. It's a
you're gonna
freeing.
get your haters. You're gonna get your doubters and stuff like that. I mean, that's they can do that. I don't care. That's on them. It's as far as the doubters, I do like some doubters here and there. The wife does. Wife had some doubter friends, and they kind of laughed at me about the whole cryptid thing. But you know what?
Oh
They
yeah.
never want to go out in the woods with me when I invite them.
Huh, how interesting
Come
is that?
on, if I'm all BSing, which I don't have time for it. I don't have the mentality or the mental fortitude to keep up on lies. So
Oh,
it's
I
like,
bet.
come on out. Oh no, we're good. And then they ended up having a shadow figure encounter in their house and woke them up a
Mm.
little bit. So yeah.
Oh, how the tables turn, how the tables turn.
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
kind of fun. I laughed at them after they told me about it. They were spooked, rightfully so. I mean, it was like the whole freaking Silent Hill type thing when the whole house got shrouded in darkness and stuff. It was pretty trippy, but they still don't want to go out in the woods with me. So whatever.
Yeah,
True.
until they're willing to go out in those woods and stand there, maybe the couple McDonald's cheeseburgers in their pockets. I don't think that there's any room.
Yeah.
It's just always the people that don't. I always find this though. The people, the more they don't believe, the more afraid they usually are. Like my brother, he's like, I don't believe anything. Spirits, do you think he'll go? And if he see, no, he is the last person you would ever get into a haunted house. I was like, if they don't exist, Justin, why wouldn't you just go on in then? What's the big deal? Prove us
Right,
wrong then.
right.
Not
Mm.
in this lifetime. I don't think he will. But I'm
And
like,
thankfully
you
enough,
can't keep doing that. Then you can't just, keep making excuses for yourself
yeah,
either and making fun out of other people because you're afraid. That's not cool.
Yeah.
hmm yeah, and that's that. Luckily, I don't know if you want to call it luckily, but out by me, you don't have to go miles into the woods to run across these things. Hell, 99% of the runs I've run across out here are in like metro parks, state parks, and not huge. I mean, I think the biggest one is like 6,000 acres. My aunt did see stuff out there. I've seen stuff, but 6,000 acres. The other one I think is like 4,200 acres. The other one I think is like 2,500. So they're decent size. I mean, you can get lost quick, but I mean, they're not huge. You don't have to go miles into the woods to run across this stuff. And that's
No, that's true.
I think that's something that people tend to
Mm.
not register, that you don't have to. The first time I had a full visual one back in senior year of high school or Christmas vacation, the damn thing was in my backyard. I mean,
What do you think it is about certain people that they're attracted to, Keith?
I think it was like what I said earlier, ancestral background. I really do. I am sold on that. It just, with my native background, and again, it's like you hear with certain Sasquatch people. It's like, oh, my family have seen, well, kind of like Pops. his family has seen them for generations.
Generation after generation. Yeah. My
How long have
grandmother,
they?
my brother, also UFOs. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, yeah, and that, it's just. Oh, go ahead, Blazer.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I got Comanche background.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Mine comes from the Irish lineage, but I always feel like, I mean, the Native American part of it, you guys are so much more connected and have so much more history. It would drive me crazy not to, I'm like, to know all of that. I mean, that has to be passed down or passed through, but man, I do know that there's one thing I will never do, and that is I won't even take a stick from any Native American grounds, because I've seen the weirdest of the weird things. Like, they don't play around. Like, they do not play around. So I'm going to say, do not mess around in the land. If you, I don't care if you stepped on a plant on accident, bring back 10. Okay. Just good karma.
Yep.
They
Yep.
don't.
And if you're taking something, you want to leave something, and you ask permission.
Yes.
So I mean, it's one of those things. Is, can I take this piece of stick out of the woods and thank you? And then all of a sudden, a tree branch hits you in the back of the head. Don't take it.
I know.
I mean,
No,
seriously.
the car, my friend's car, all of a
Yep.
sudden we look to the side and her car's rolling past us, and it's going to about go off and I was like, Jessica, your car. That's all I could say. And I feel like we're both like, and so she tears off after it, and it's stopped by these 3 sticks in the thing, when we were like, okay, there's no way that this thing didn't just roll off that cliff. There is no way that this didn't happen. So I thought the sticks, but I'm telling you, I apologize profusely for even taking those sticks, because nothing good came with those sticks. Nothing. I had to go back and apologize and bring that. I was like, man, I just thought I was cleaning up. Yeah.
That's the Greg Brady. Don't take the tiki from. You wipe out when you're surfing and stuff. See.
I thought I was doing them a service and cleaning up some of the, like the broken tree. I just was so amazed. I thought, nobody's ever going to believe this. I need to show them these branches. I mean, they're like this. They're not even very big. But those things, I'm telling you, weird things started happening around. And I thought, I got to go take these back.
Hey, can I comment real quick? You look at that comment that Voldo just put on there. In the year 2525, holy cow, for somebody that wants to trip, read the lyrics on that. And I think this was late 60s, I think, that in the year 2525 was made. And if you look at the lyrics on it, it pertains to a lot of stuff that is going on now, as far as like technology and stuff. Like, look at how society's so screwed up right now with all their, the psychological, what SSRI thing, pills or whatever. I don't know what the name of it is, but one of the lyrics in that song is, everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today.
Here we are. I got it. Okay.
And then another one too, to add to that. Now it's a little newer song, but I think it was created in 2011 by Killing Joke. It's called The Great Call. And if you look at those lyrics in there, it really, oddly enough, alludes to COVID.
COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. And, unfortunately, that's what I fell prey to with my sickness. But that song, I think it came out in 2011. And you look at the lyrics from that, and it really makes you wonder if they're just putting messages ahead of time for us.
Oh yeah. Do you know what SNX stands for? I'll only say, it's not very interesting, but I'll only say it once. It stands for, my podcast is actually called Subnation X, which is polymorphed from subliminal dissemination, and X is who you're following, and then 8 is in there bracketed for ET. But it's all around you. It is all around you. And like, even when I do the intro video and you see everything flipping in your way your brain sees things, I'm like, this is not what is actually being, portrayed out there. We are under such a heavy dose of it, and it's been going on. I mean, I remember going back in the McDonald's days. You guys remember when you used to get those discs, and if they made it all the way through, like, was that song? Happy Meal, cheese. I don't know. You had to say everything on the menu list. And if they made it through the whole song, then you won $1 million. Like they're talking about how the subliminal dissemination was going on then. There's subliminal messaging. I mean, I don't think they've stopped it by any stretch of your imagination. It's still out there. They do it. Everything around us is, I feel like, there to cause chaos. So our brains, it traps us here somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. It gets to be a lot. It really does. When you think about it, and then you're like, I mean, the theory is that some of us are not as controllable. I think Gen X, we're like the last generation of hope, is what I think.
Yeah. Well, and
that was the hose water.
And the hose water. Yeah.
Yeah. That.
If my son, oh my God, I was going to say, if I went to Brody, no, you can go get a drink out of the hose water. I'm telling you, he would borderline probably look at me like I was insane. He probably would.
Oh, I used to live on it.
Me too. Yeah.
Don't come back in the house until it's dark. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Like my mom would be like, you can go get the hose to drink. Like I'm in here cleaning. I'm in here like, well, man, talk about running wild and running free, I guess, whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, that made us who we are. The generation of hope.
Yeah. That's also a thing, like where two people can look at the exact same. There was some story about two ladies that went hiking and they saw a Bigfoot, and to the one, it was terrifying and it was growling and it was throwing stuff at them and whatever. And to the other one, it was nice and kind and loving and good and didn't do anything. It was just looking at her. So like there has to be something in the frequency or the whatever. She's
oh yeah.
I'm sorry, just looking at one of the comments you just put up.
I know. Go drink your hose bacteria. Good for the soul, Hillbilly Herb says. And I was like, heck yeah, that resonated with me. I was like, I'd never ever, even going back and Keith, what you said before, if you even watched the Project Runway, I think it was like 2017 or 19 when it came out. They had the guy named COVID, of course, but it's spelled with a K, and he's got all the colors. This stuff they had, you can look to Event 201. I started watching this, and they had to shut that whole thing down with Gates when he was on there. They were doing a mock simulation of this. And if you looked at it, they were training videos for our media. It was nothing mock, nothing. This was totally how they were getting those training videos. Like they were like me, you could just see the news. Like, it was just mimicking exactly what I was seeing. And I was like, this is scary. And like a couple months into it, they shut it down. So I saw the whole thing was going to come and nobody would listen. So I just said, it is what it is, but it's all around. Thank you. I will, Blazer. I'll start to go on my like tirade, and I don't want to do that. But it makes you get so mad, that thing
in Long Beach, like to get on a plane, they have like the carpeted area, and then there's shops next to it that are open. Like you just walk in off the carpet into a shop, right? And then the ticketing to get on the plane is the other side of it. And there was some guy with a dog, with a mask on. And if you were sitting right like 2 inches from the carpet, drinking or eating or something, you were fine. But if you were standing on the carpet, you had to have your mask on, like right then. And I thought, because, the bacteria can't get off the carpet to come get me or so. What, really?
Oh, God. There's so much of that. It was all a power grab.
And thank God for the arrows in the grocery store. They saved my life. I wasn't walking down the wrong aisle the wrong way. Oh, that saved me. Ooh.
I purposely grabbed the grocery cart in, and I was like, I was at the dollar store one time, and I didn't do any of that, didn't participate at all. And I see this guy, and he's got plastic gloves on, and he's trying to check out, and he's hitting the numbers, and I'm like getting so frustrated. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? He's taking forever. And why is he the gloves and he's got this big mask on? And they were literally like had it saran wrapped in his glove. And so I finally yell and I look and I'm looking, I'm like, that's my dad. That is my freaking dad. What is he wearing? So I'm at the back of the store and I'm yelling, I'm like, Dad. And he finally turns around. I was like, what are you doing? The whole store would look at they're staying 10 feet away from you because you look like something off of a science experiment. Like, why are you doing that? And he's like, oh, it's on the, because he drove bus for a retirement job. And I said, you're not on there right now. And you're holding up the line. Your gloves are sticking to the saran wrap. At least take those off. It looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. My own father. I thought, man, what are you doing? God.
I do have to say one thing I did enjoy about that is going out on a motorcycle anytime, any day of the week. And it was like a Sunday evening. There was like nobody on the road. It was perfect.
It's like that every day in Montana without the COVID.
Nice.
There's nobody here but trees.
Cough,
cough, jealous. I'm jealous. Oh, what a hey.
Oh yeah, everybody will scurry away. Like I had mall we were at Madison Mall. They were chanting "Stop the spread" during. I mean, when you've been like, I mean, it was just like going anywhere was that level of annoyance. I knew there would be something, somebody trying to mace me or somebody. I mean, this is how crazy people got. How crazy!
Yeah. Hi, Freaky Geek. How you doing?
Yeah.
Geek comes on. So
ooh, JC says the Waffle House. I'm like, man, that brings back memories. The Waffle House, 24 hours.
Yeah, I lost a lot of friends and family members over arguments on that nonsense back then.
Oh yeah.
You need to wear this type of blah blah blah, and it's like, no, this is the micron size. This is what's required. This will stop you, because I was trained in it. That's it's part of my job that I had working in the chemical industry. We were in some instances. We were trained by NBC, military there, nuclear, chemical, and biological warfare specialists. We had to be trained by, and DHS and stuff like that. So we had some pretty cool training, and we're like, no, what you guys are wearing is not going to save you. And then it turns into every type of ist or phobe that you could be thrown at somebody, and it's like, whatever, dude. Hated it.
Yeah, I didn't participate in it, but let's just say that you don't become a popular staple in your community from it. That's all I'm going to say. they not only that, there's certain people, if they hear my name, I mean, they still want to grab those pitchforks and torches. Like, I mean, that's exactly what they did, is they pit the community against one another. They really did. And they made an example out of people.
You're talking like the paranormal cryptid UFO groups?
No. I started
just people.
Yeah. I started a mass DBQ in my community, and I went when there was nobody was out, got petitions signed, and that's what I do. I organize and I get I was just not doing that. I said, I don't care what anybody, you want to die out there in the hills in the heat wearing 3 masks, go for. I worked at the pool. A lady would come in and we had to tell her, I mean, this is common sense. She would try and dive into the stinking pool with her masks on. I was like, no, that's disgusting. Get out of there. Yeah, we've done that like 50 bazillion times. Get out of there.
Yeah, you put a rag over your face and jump in a pool. We'll just call that recreational waterboarding.
Right.
I know. And she looks at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to say to that right there. I don't know what to say to that.
Oh, can I make a comment real quick? Hi, Shelly, by the way. I don't know what she's alluding to here, but
hi, Shelly.
And the copper mines, I used to belong to a group of people, and they had gone up into some of the copper mines here in Michigan in the UP, and I don't know how they got their access, because they're kind of powerful people, I guess. But they had gone deep into some of these old copper mines and actually found ancient Hebrew writing down in these mines that predated what we would consider Native Americans. I don't know. I just saw Shelly point that up, and it just flashed in my head as, oh yeah. Remember what I was told about that, so it was pretty cool.
So say that again about the copper, because I know that like sometimes with the Tesla coils, they're copper, like the communication. I wasn't sure exactly what road she was going down with it, but what did you say about the mines?
That there was ancient Hebrew writing down in some of the deepest recesses of some of these copper mines that were copper mining around Lake Superior. Yeah, yeah. There you go, right there. Hillbilly Herb said it. So yeah, it was just kind of odd seeing that type of writing in that area.
Oh,
That's dating way back. So that's probably, what was it, Leif Erikson? So it's probably before them. So yeah, well
Same looking
before
the money made. Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Follow the money.
Waldo saying
Follow
it.
the money.
Yep.
No, Shelly is saying, look, like, yeah, to the money made. Like, yeah, definitely follow that money, the trail, and it funnels, and it's not coming to you guys. I'll guarantee you that. It's definitely not. This has absolutely been amazing. I'm gonna start. I know that. What are you saying? For Blazer?
I'm just looking at Freaky Geek, just wondering what you do with the fuzz for peach pie.
I miss this.
That conversation could go south. We'll just leave it.
See, when you're on here, sometimes you don't always. I'll get into it, like especially like I'll see something. I'm like, oh my god, this is hilarious. You guys have so much fun in chat. I'm like, from time to time I get to see it, but that's funny when you actually.
Freaky's always in the ditch.
Oh yeah,
he's funny. He's
got always in the ditch.
Humor. Yeah, I was surprised at how funny I said, I'm like, man, you got jokes. I had no idea. Oh, yeah. I just saw the one about the peach pie. That is hilarious. Yeah, some people, you're funny too, Blazer.
Yeah, I don't look into mines. It's too dark. Too dark of a subject. Yeah.
In the mines?
Yeah. Never mind. I don't look into mines. They're too dark.
Oh, mines. Oh, mines. Mines. I thought you were saying mines. Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it now. See, there's stuff like that goes right over my head, but then I go back and I'll laugh about it. I'm like, oh, that's what it meant. I get it. Thank you for not leaving me there to dwindle upon it. I mean, you could have. That could have been like a 2 a.m. wake up, like, oh, I get it, Blazer. I get what you meant. That's how my brain works. It's like a chaotic place to be. But yeah, I absolutely love the group and love everybody that's and everybody brings such a great perspective and a different, it's a dynamic. It really is a dynamic. Oh, Daryl sees you up there too. I know, Daryl. Blazer's up here. Can you believe it?
There we go.
Blazer's gonna kill me. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
We have this in Blazer, since it's your unbirthday again today. Maybe we should sing you happy birthday.
Every day birthday. If they're gonna make me wake up and have a different timeline all the time, then every day is my birthday.
I'm all for that.
That's what it feels like. Like lately, like in the middle of the day, I can't stay awake, and it feels like I'm drugged. It doesn't feel like I'm tired. It's just like, oh, you should go to sleep now. Okay. But then when I wake up, it's like everything looks the same, but it feels way different.
Mm-hmm.
Like every day. And that's, I mean,
every day.
50,
yeah, I've never done
I'm 53. I've never done this before. And it all started with 2020 and the sun isn't yellow anymore. It's white. Like, but everybody around me is like, what? No, that's the sun. I'm like, no, it's not.
It drives me crazy because I'm like, if you look back at it and you look back at even the graphics and the shows that we used to watch, and then you see my son had one pulled up on his TV, and I was like, that's creepy, Brody. Like, that doesn't look like a video game. We grew up on like Duck Hunts and Super Mario Brothers, like a mushroom, I was like 2D stuff. That thing, I'm telling you, I was like, man, no wonder your generation's so wonky. You guys, your brain can't distinguish when it's real enough. It looks real enough, even though cognitively you might say, oh yeah, no, I can decipher the two. Your brain doesn't. It records them as both. So I was like, yeah, you just went on like a murdering spree here on, whatever. Like, this is great. Yeah, your generation, another. But it's so funny because you'll be like, he's like, it's your generation. They have to be so intense. He's like, does your generation, like, they're getting tired of it. So maybe it's doing some good. I don't know.
Good. I remember from seeing, I don't know if that's my memory or if other people have it, but like in the 70s, 80s, the trees had more color. The sky was more blue. If that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It
Like
does.
it's way a lighter blue sky now, and the trees aren't as green, if that makes sense. The cars were all multicolored, and now they're all gray, black, or white. McDonald's used to be a fun place, whatever. Now it looks like an office building. Like
Yeah,
everything is off now. Like it's just okay.
that's so true. What do you think? Are you into like the Mandela effect, or do you think it's their way of just kind of digitally like messing with us?
That could be. I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but I always
I don't know.
I always feel like the
Figure
government
out what's going on right now. In California, I went outside and I was filming clouds and listening to music and stuff because they got some weird clouds down there.
yeah.
And this, I thought it was a balloon that was floating by, but it was like a purple black cube, like a Borg cube.
Oh, you saw one of the cubes. Was there something in it, or what did they say that there was like a triangle in the cube at one time, or?
I don't know. It just looked black, but parts of it had purple on it. So I filmed it, and I was all excited. And I went in and told who I was staying with. I think I just got a UFO on whatever. Really? Like all excited. And I showed them, and their attitude totally changed. Like the Smith stepped in and said, "Oh, that's nice," and just continued doing what they were doing. There was no whatever, but it's been doing that for the last how many years too. It's just like
there's no shock value anymore.
Yeah, the Smith steps in and they're just like, okay, that's nice.
I know. My dad's like this, and I'm like, Dad, like, like, listen here. When something's really weird, like, shouldn't just sit there with, it's like there's shell shock. Like, there's no.
See, but every single person that has acted like that to me for doing whatever had the vax. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like he was kind of like that before, but maybe it amplified it, made it worse. Like there's nobody I've known that got it is in a better place. That's for sure. Yeah. It is, and then you think of the psychological. Like but I grew up in government type scenarios where I'm like, I've had enough. Like they're going to continue to do this time after time after time. I remember like the Y2K, like my mom's family bought a Y2K safe house. And even though I tried to tell them Australia, like they already rolled their computers, China, they're already through it. They're still packing up and driving up that, I'm like, go have fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to tell you here. I mean, to buy a house in the middle of nowhere, and they were all there. I don't even think they said goodbye. And I was like, so you people thought you were going to literally, this was going to be our last, like, goodbye. You didn't, and there's no, like, well, hope you make it okay. I was like, I'm going, and this is enough. I can't handle it. I cannot handle it. Like the government, you can't just think that they're, going to do good by us. Like,
well, and that it didn't really, none of that really made any sense to me because it's like they were worried about it, and then like you think then government would step in and say, oh yeah, right, so we got to fix all the stuff so we don't have nuclear holocaust and we have to da-da-da, but that wasn't good enough. It's still, everybody was still fueling it, and I was like, why?
Problem, reaction, solution.
So I don't know.
They create the problem, they hype it up, and they provide the solution for it. So they're just a one-man chaotic machine. And it's all been planned, like he said, all years and years and years prior. So we're way behind times, way behind for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess, I really appreciate, I won't keep you guys, I know it's going over the 2-hour mark, and that is, if you haven't sat here for 2 hours, it can be a little lengthy sometimes. But I wanted to thank both of you for coming on. I absolutely, this is wonderful. And Keith's going to be on Monday for the Pops and his crew. Keith, I just needed a picture. I don't know if Pops told you that or not, and wanted to know if you wanted me to use your last name. I can, if you saw the email is in there, and it's also, my email's also on, if you just go into the YouTube thing, it should be right under there. If you want to email me that would be excellent. I'll put it there too.
It's on the YouTube thing.
Yeah, I mean, The only sucky part about having this email address is like I feel like it's hard to give out. But I'm gonna put it in the comments right now. But it's something, yeah, it won't really.
Okay, I gotta write that down. Sub, because I didn't see it when I looked. Sub N8IO NX N. Yeah. Gary's got my number if you need it. Just Gary's got Pops has my email and my phone number if you need it.
Sure. I was just gonna build the rest of the show because it's gonna be you, Lori, Pops, and Cindy, I believe is gonna be on too. So that's and anybody else I can get you, but I have the format. I just needed a picture, and you're not on. Pops said you weren't on Facebook, so
right. Yeah, it's just whatever picture. Hell, I think the only picture I have is just my little icon that I got for YouTube or whatever. So,
well, yeah, chat, well, I could get one from off of here too now, and I just didn't know for a name. Do you want me just to use your YouTube name?
Yeah, the Keith from 1675 is fine.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah. So, and in grand tradition, I always ask the guests what you'd like to leave the audience with until the next time. And Keith will be back on. Like I said, you guys got to check out the Cryptid Crew. They are fun. They have a lot of flamethrower. You name it. This Cryptid Crew's got it. But they'll be on Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, yes, Keith, you want to go first? What would you like to leave the audience with?
Nothing huge. Just thank you, everybody, for coming out and enjoying the show and participating in a chat. And just remember, being nice is an obligation, but being kind comes from the soul.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it. That is a good play. Be good to one another. How about you, Blazer?
Agree. Be the glitch.
Be the glitch?
I said be the glitch.
Oh, be the glitch. That's good.
Don't log in and watch Coley until you make sure she has a guest. No, I'm just kidding. No,
or you might end up here.
Or you might end up here telling your life story to people you've never met. No pressure.
No pressure at all, Blazer. No pressure.
Now, Coley, did you want to chat a little bit after show here to give you an idea of what I have in store for next week, or are you pretty good with whatever?
I'm good with whatever, but I just have to take a break. If you wanted to come back on, I could behind the scenes, I could do that. I just have to run. My kiddo got back and just do the whole dinner thing really quick. And then, I mean, if you want, let me know. I could definitely jump out, or if you put it in or email, you got my email address, right?
I think I got it here. I can't read my writing. If not, I'll get it from Pops. I'll text him tomorrow.
I'll keep a lookout from it. But yeah, if you want to get back on, I definitely could do that. Or if you guys wanted to meet before, I definitely could do that. Totally.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, because what's our time? Because you're what, Central Time, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what time is your show going to be on your time?
8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, so it's 9 here. So I could probably. Yeah.
Do you want me to jump on like an hour early before you guys?
Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah, at 7:30, whatever you're cool with, and I can just barf it out to you real quick.
7. Yeah, I'll be here at 7, and then that way people want to jump in, jump out, get their equipment tested. We can do that, and then go from there. Yeah, I'll
sure.
Totally be there an hour early if that works.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, I guess, we can end it here. It's been wonderful. And again, soon, Blazer's going to be behind the scenes producing one of the shows here pretty soon. Very excited about that. He's picked up some. I appreciate all you do, Blazer. I really do. And Keith will be on with Pops and the Cryptid Crew on Monday. So, yeah, looking forward to it. I am definitely looking forward to it. So, until then, tomorrow night, I do have Daniel Benoit on. He's a cryptid guy. You guys will love him. He's at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Did I say something? Yeah. But other than that, that's all I got. So we'll end it with there. Thank you for taking the journey into the unknown. I'm Coley, also known as ColeyUFO from SNX Radio. We have Keith with us, and we have the Blazer, the notorious Blazer. BLAZER. Blah, blah, blah. What do they call two gun Teddy?
Two-gun Teddy. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That's awesome. So yes, on that note, we're gonna end it there and short and sweet, and we will see you all. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, we'll see you on Monday. Yeah. And then I'm just finding our video that we're going out on. Yeah, I got it. I totally got it. It's right here. Okay, perfect. All right. And on that note,
take the journey into the unknown with SNX Radio as we delve into the enigmatic world of UFO sightings and extraterrestrial abductions. Join us for conversations with leading experts and individuals who have encountered these otherworldly beings, uncovering secrets about their experiences, contact stories, and the profound implications for humanity. Listen as we reveal the incredible narratives of those who have undergone alien abductions, shedding light on the psychological and spiritual impacts of these encounters. Explore the depths of consciousness and spirituality as we discuss how these experiences may connect us to something greater beyond our understanding.